Hello everyone and welcome to episode 12 of the TW9 Dragon Gate save here on the channel. As we are finally back, as far as I was hoping to get this out very much on the day that we usually like to release these on Wednesday, but I have been feeling under the weather. I think I'm finally over it. My face isn't all stuffy. And I think we're finally back to being able to record. I have been itching to get back into it because, boy, oh boy, I cannot wait for that main event and co-main event for this tour, which, of course, is the Kobe Pro Wrestling Festival. Now, in real life, the festival is in July, at least in 2005. This save, it's going to be... Oh, no, actually, I think it still is going to be in July. Because I was going to have it be in June, but yeah, I ended up pushing it back. So never mind. Don't mind what I was going to say. So June is kind of the start of the Everyday Pro Wrestling Tour, the Adventure Tour, if you will. Because the Adventure Tour, weirdly enough, it actually goes through basically, until we actually get into August, which is kind of crazy. That shows you how long this tour is, technically, since it starts the 1st of June. The Summer Adventure Tour, the combination of the Pro Wrestling Festival in Kobe, the Gate of Adventure, and then we ended out basically with the Premium Pro Wrestling finale of that tour. But then we go into Gate of Sanctuary, which we're going to probably keep since we did that last year. The Triangle Gate's going to be the same. The Italian Revolution obviously is going to be rechanged. I think what we're going to do is move the Legendary Gate. We're going to keep that. Move it to November. December will be King of Gate, though, to do that for the first time, because that's what pretty much happened in real life. But, there's a different, the Gate of Sanctuary was only a one-time thing, but I actually kind of really like that name, because the 2005 events, there was Crown Gate, which was actually the November tour, which is fine, but it's kind of weird if you're not crowning a champion, I feel like, so... But we might keep that, in our pocket in case we need to do a either a round robin or single elimination if somebody gets injured, has to vacate the belt, because that could be a good idea. But don't think we need to use that for November. And again, the King of Gate, the single elimination tournament, it's something a little different, obviously, even though we have a lot of tournaments now with. In 2006, too, was going to be the start of the Summer Adventure Tag League. Basically to help us out during the summer with how busy we are. And also, I want to add some, at least pictures to some of these as well. Let's see if we... Because this is an actual event, so I feel like they should... Oh, no, yeah, there's no Dragon Gate, because, Dragon Gate wasn't in the goddamn save to start. Rats. But that's okay. No big deal. But as far as, again, to remind everybody, the main and co-main, this is what we were supposed to talk about. Got a little sidetracked. Shinjiro Otani, of course, won the Mayhem matchup and gets that chance to take on Mochizuki. Now, kind of the idea, in real life, it was Taka Michinoku who kind of came in as, like, the foreign veteran to take on Mochizuki, and not that that's a bad idea. We probably could still even do that match. Taka in the save, he is only working handshake deals for All Japan, so we could do that, but I love Otani. It'd be nice to use him for a little bit before we let him go. He'll definitely be out by the time. Once the Kobe Festival is done, he'll be gone with us, so it'd be nice having him for a bit, but it'd be time for him to hit the road. But again, Masato Yoshino and Naruki Doi, they had a banger during their finals of the Open the Brave Gate tournament. And, Doi's been great. But, Masato Yoshino is, like, literally a top... I wouldn't even say top 5. He's, like, the third best guy. It's like Shima, Mochizuki, and him in the roster. And I guess maybe Kensuke would probably be ahead of him, actually, but... Kensuke, we don't really use them. Until now, though, we're going to use them again here for this Open the Triangle Gate title matchup. Florida Express, Blood Generation. I just feel like this is a fun match to have. Two complete polar opposites, really, of each other. A fun-loving, fucking just all the shenanigans involved Florida Express and then Blood Generation, a team that has just been, I would say, probably well, it's either them or Igon Lisu. I would probably give the nod to them as far as the top heel group right now in Dragon Gate, and it makes a lot of sense, I think, story-wise to do that. And plus, the Florida Express, they did have had, or at least in the past, they've had some good success against Blood Generation in trios matches and tag matches, so it's a fun little matchup. And plus, Kensuke gets involved in this one as well. Mara Isapa. I always feel like I fuck it up, but I kind of nailed it that time, though. But Ryo Saito, Jinke Horiguchi, and Shuji Kondo, and Hero of Igon Lisu. Yeah, we went away with the usual Kondo, Shogo Takagi, and Hero and Kudo team and kind of put both Kondo and Hero together for this matchup. With Horiguchi and Saito, of course, losing their Triangle Gate titles last tour. Needed something for them to do, and this is a perfect way to kind of stay on the card, but also not, again, they could obviously build back up to a title contention, maybe even once Dragon Kid's back, get back with them being together, and having that trio actually get a run at the belts, or even get an actual run with the belts by the time he's back. So that's a fun match, though, for Marasa, because, I mean, they are literally the best team that we have, just chemistry-wise and whatnot. Ninja Runners. Taiji Shimori, Yoshito versus Milano Collection AT, and Yujiro Amore again. The two men in Switzerland for Milano and Yujiro, men without a country. Just freelancing it up, but they're sticking together. Side by side. Well, actually, BB Hawk and Akira Tozawa are still freelancers, too, since they haven't joined a group. But besides those two youngsters, it is Milano and Yujiro out there just freelancing it. They take on the Ninja Runners, though. That's a decent little matchup. Obviously, Ishimori and Yoshito, they've been a good little team. They did lose in their last effort on the big show. Was that... Oh, no, they beat them. Never mind. I thought they lost to the Florida Brothers. But no, that's right. Interference to help him out. That's what it was, yeah. That is what happened. But, yeah, because he went for the chair, he got it out of his hands, and helped him out. Yeah, it was Ibushi who did that, I believe, was the run and finish, if memory serves me correct. But, for the Ninja Runners, to get back in another tag team matchup, and if they get another big win here, obviously we could do at the, as far as, at the Adventure League show, or the Adventure Gate of Adventure, as far as that show, we can do Ninja Runners and whoever wins this match, and it'd make sense that way too. So a little bit of building in between tours as well, so that'd be a good idea. And then BB Hawk's going to take on Kota Ibushi to up the show. Bushi's the man. He's somehow, it's funny to say this, like he's somehow, I guess even around this time in 2005, starting into like 06, 07, he was starting to become like a really, really good talent, but he's even surpassed that already, I would say, in this save. He's one of the top guys we have, and he's been phenomenal, and we're going to give him a nice reward of being on the final show of at least the Kobe Pro Wrestling Festival. And BB Hawk's been great, too, even in his short stint. No new debutees for us. Of course, we didn't make money for the first time last tour. I'm hoping we can make some money again, but this, of course, being the Everyday Pro Wrestling Tour, we will, of course, be running, and yeah, we always click that, we'll be at the Dragon Gate Arena, which will be a sellout, of course, because it's only 270 people. Oh, no, it's not, it's 820, I was thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking, but yeah, it's, I feel like last year we did not have that many people. I thought that was a question mark. We'll just select it, because that's where we're going to run, but I'm pretty sure. Soichi Uchida. No, that's alright. We got no use for him. And then the pre-show safety and training drills, and yeah, we'll just skip the locker room meeting. Yeah, 384 people, so a nice jump up a little bit compared to where we were last year with this. But, man, it's hard to believe. This was, was this the very first ever show? It must have been. Because I don't think we did one for day one. We might have, though. Oh, no, yeah, we did. Yeah, open the gate. But our 5th ever show. I mean, that's shows you how much we've kind of improved along the way for this show. So the opening segment is going to be about the tour. You know, the Pro Wrestling Adventure Tour, the Everyday Pro Wrestling Adventure Tour, I should say. You are usually doing stuff for tourism on top of hyping up the talent that's been on the show, like our champions, like Shinjiro Otani, and to have people be hyped to come out to the shows. Come to the Dragon Gate Arena, come to the TV studio, have a blast, right? And that's just basically that. As far as our announcer will be the kind of voiceover guy for that, as far as Katsuya Ichikawa. But as far as our main event, probably Milano and Yoshitone. Milano's going to beat him. This is a fun match, though, because Yoshitone's so tiny compared to Milano, who's just a lengthy son of a bitch. But, yeah, Milano's going to get the win, too. Yoshitone a little unhappy about it, but fuck him. And then the Florida Express, Blood Generation. This will be the Comedy Trios match, which, of course, we have to have Johnson Florida be involved here. Kagatore's going to get the win. Everybody in Blood Generation's unhappy. But then, actually, this should probably not be the opener. This is a pretty decent little matchup. Machizuki and Naruki is going to take on Otani with Tozawa. Otani, again, obviously an outsider freelancer, coming in and helping out one of the young guys, and Tozawa trying to get him ready for some big-time matches, but it's going to fall short in the end. Unfortunately, for him, is I'm about to say, it was not turned on. So, yeah, meant to swap it. There we go. Alright, oh yeah, it's not going to be the main. Whoops. There we go. So, 35 minutes, that is kind of short. So I guess we could have one more match. It wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Yeah, just drag it. Yeah, I figured so, since, we'll do a tag. Let's see, yeah, because we got 2 singles. Oh no, we just have one single. Yeah, so we got one of everything. I guess we could do a singles match to open up the show. We can use BB Hawk in this. I do like him and Hero. You know, Hiroshima. I feel like they'd actually have a pretty good match in real life. We'll go about 6 minutes, which is not helping us as far as having a short little match, but gets Hero a win. We're still a little short. I mean, I guess we could give some time. Some of these other matches to help us out, like put 1 minute here and another minute here and call it a day. Yeah, just call it a day. Yeah, we're not going to be penalized. Yoshitone is still going to be unhappy about it, but I think we're having a pretty good show, all things considered. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. We gotta have Johnson Florida make an appearance. Here we go. Perfect. Oh my god. Oh, he's... There we go, Jesus. Alrighty. So make sure he's not roughing any matches after that. Of course he is. He obviously isn't in this match. Yeah, they would have said something. Alright. Yeah, we're going to have Shima agent that match. Yeah, obviously can't agent that one. Yeah, well, we can have well, no, we can't have Otani agent that one. Yeah. Hokuto. And... Well, Kensuke's already here, so we'll go ahead and have that. Okay, perfect. So yeah, day 6. It's kind of weird to start off like this, but obviously if we did every single day, like they did in TEW, we would probably, I'd probably have an aneurysm, to be honest. I am not about that life to do every single fucking day. Literally, I think 2005, they almost doubled their dates. Because last year was around 60 or so. This year, it's about 80 that they did. So, yeah. Miss me with that. But a nice little video here package using the talent and hyping up and showing off some of the earlier everyday pro wrestling shows. And yeah, just being like, hey, come across the goddamn bridge. Come see us. Boy, oh boy. I wouldn't say it's terrible. Again, Shima, we just got to get his experience up. But Hero gets the Hero Splash. You get a 48 here. It's not bad. Not bad for a tour show. Oh my lord, yeah, 32. Obviously, all of Blood Generation are just brutal in this environment. Shima's getting stale now with his gimmick. Yeah, Kagatora with a 21 is pretty brutal, but again, this is not really his forte. Again, crazy that the referee was the best guy for the Florida Express there, and now Machizuki's also getting stale, but really good match here from Machizuki and Doi against Tozawa and Otani, which Tozawa's almost in the 40s now, so he's getting better. The Bakatari sliding kick as well. A nice little matchup here with Milano and Yoshitone. The AT lock, he does outperform, does Milano, and got the crowd buzzing. Yujiro does good work at ringside, and even Ichikawa did well with his commentary. So everything did pretty well here. Yep, just the wrong thing probably went on last. I had really no faith in it for some reason. With Otani and Machizuki being involved, it probably should have been the main, but then again, Tozawa was in the match, and that felt like that'd been kind of weird to do. But yeah, 10,000 off of that. Not too bad at all. For the day, fucking Kushida, and I think that's Dalton Castle by the looks of it. I think that says DC there on the trunks. Just off the hair in that era. Oh yeah, there's the boys. Yeah, definitely him. Let's see here. As our next show, I believe it is another Everyday's Pro Wrestling. Yes, it is. It's next week, yeah. Oh, wow. No, Tany's only got 1 day left. I gotta make sure he's not booked on any fucking tour shows then. He might be. Oh, whoops. Kind of overthought that one, but that's alright. We can make that easy fix. But yeah, on to day 14. Alright, so Shogo came to us backstage with a creative finish idea. Probably won't use it, but hey, it's always nice to have those. 8 people showing up for the old pre-show safety and training drills. Yeah, we can skip that as well. So right now we don't have an angle. I'm just gonna play it by ear once we get there, but I think as far as for the main event, I mean, it's a hell of a match. Yoshino and Kagatora against Doi and Hayata Jr. Fujita. It's gonna be about 10 minutes. Kagatora going to get the win over Hayata Jr. Fujita. This is really good, though. This is a fun little match. Steal the show matchup as well. Kota Ibushi is going to be Kudo here as Aigon Lisu and Do Fixer. A little trios match. Another trios match, but this one will be a comedy match. As, of course, you see, Iwasa is going to beat Naoki Tanasaki. So they get a win here. Do the Florida Express. Even though everybody in Do Fixer was quite unhappy about it. I gotta make sure again. No refereeing for Johnson, Florida. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, let's just have Shima agent that. Yeah, we'll give that to Hokuto, and we will give this to... Actually, it's Kinsuke. Because if we can avoid having Hokuto on the show, that would be just fantastic. Oh, okay, so... Yeah, we would be penalized, so again, we gotta remember that, but... I like the idea of having Yujiro do something as far as like an angle. If we could do him and Tozawa. Yeah. Let's go 6 minutes. He gets the win. It's not going to be great by any means. Oh, we could start having Yujiro start. I kind of like the idea of him having... Kind of like the way Yoshinobu Kanemaru had his... the whiskey gimmick. Kind of having something like that. Where it's just pimp juice. We could kind of start incorporating that a little bit. To where he's... It's not pimp juice right now. But that's what it eventually turns into, obviously. Because he's still with the fashionista gimmick. Or at least the fashionista assistant gimmick. Or he could do something like Cologne. He could do something along those lines to keep in kind of range with. Yeah, or trying to think. Maybe even Milano can help him out with something. So I want him to get his own gimmick the way, obviously, Milano's got his invisible dog, and he needs a gimmick now. He's been at it for about a year. It would help him out. I mean, I think the pure perfume's kind of trying. We could go with something like ridiculous, like a like an overly tall hat. Yeah, like a top hat, like literally like an Abe Lincoln style top hat where it's fucking out to there, but in a different color. Wouldn't be black. It'd be something like pink or something. So yeah, Hudro debuts his new fit. Let's put it like that. And with his new fit, though, comes with a little bit of we've got to add Hudro. There we go. The new fit also comes with a little bit of shenanigans involved, because in the hat is like a bag of powder. I'm a sucker for something stupid like that, where throws it, it goes out, I can't see, and then he kicks him in the knee and then hits his little pimp juice. Or what was that? No, that's not what it was called. I always forget what that fucking shit was called. Oh no, we went to the wrong page. I don't know why I'm blanking on that. Oh, is that what we called the kiss from Roma? Oh no, that's a forearm. I don't think we called it the love drop. No, yeah, it's the fucking rude awakening. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh, is it the Armani roll? The fucking the rolling Death Valley driver from the middle? Yeah, it's the old Omega gimmick. Is it the Miami Shine then? No, fuck it. That'll be the kiss from Roma, though, would be his finish for this match. It'll work still. Man, can we... I should probably just look it up. It might be the pimp drop now. No. No, that'd be actually fucking the Godfather's finish. Oh, well, I'm blanking on it, but... Yeah, that'll be the gimmick. So I guess we could say tainted. Yeah. Which is hilarious to do that with somebody like Tozawa, where he probably doesn't need to win via, being a scumbag, but it's fun nonetheless. So not going to be penalized, so that's great. Kudo against the wrestling with that strained rotator cuff. Yep. New fit, new hat, but it's got a gimmick inside it. Powder, fucking neck breaker, 1, 2, 3. Gets him out of there. 40 though. Did better than this, Jesus Christ. I mean, Yuki Tanizaki had an 18. That is just awful. But he gets DQ'd after Iwasa throws the chair at him and or he doesn't throw the chair on, puts the chair over his head and acts like he just got hit by Tanizaki. 56 for this match, actually. This did really well. Jinkei Origuchi and Saito carrying the match, but Ibushi with 51, Hero with a 50. Again, those two fuckers, obviously phenomenal talents. But it's just crazy how good they already have become. And then Kagetora and Masato Yoshino getting the win, even though Kagetora was really off his game. He actually got outperformed by Hayato Jr. Fujita. Probably the wrong guy to win, by the looks of it, but that actually did pretty well. Oh wow, they expected more angles in the interview segments. That's kind of crazy. Huh. Oh no, I think I'm an idiot and I misread it. I think they warned me, and I still was like, oh fuck it. I think they were just like, oh, there's not enough time, or maybe they just thought it was, they needed like an interview or something. Yeah, nonetheless, though, good little show. It just kind of got hindered with the ratings, but that's fine. As yeah, now we're gonna go to the premium show though, which I believe actually Otani is booked on this show. So yeah, we'll have to change that. We'll just make it a tag now. You see the finish that Otani was gonna get the win, but not anymore though. Not anymore. Machizuki and there he is. Duh. Or in this case, Doi. We'll have Machizuki beat Shima. There we go. That'll probably be the main. Yeah, that'll probably be the main. We'll make sure he's off that day too. So yeah, on to the first premium Pro Wrestling Day. Alrighty, so for our backstage instance, first off, as far as Fuchishi Miwa? I fucked that all up. But he's wanting to work. We're not interested. Again, with the basic and safety training drills for a show, and that's it. Yeah, we can't inspire anybody anyway, so that's fine. Just keep pushing. Yujiro and Shingo, that's probably going to open up the show. Shingo's going to win in 6 minutes. A little win back. Or a win back. Actually, yeah, that is a win back. I was thinking that's why we made this match, because he beat him during the Revolution Tour last year. That might have been one of his first ever matches. The Florida Brothers versus Marahara Isapa, which Mishima's going to get the DQ win. It had been a while. They had already lost to him a couple of times, and then the Primal Gate, they finally beat him. Go back to the loss column with another DQ loss. And the Florida Brothers, I mean, they're looking good. They're getting into it. They're back in grooving again. They're giving guys some problems. Milano and BB Hawkins, Kagator, and Tozawa. Tozawa is going to lose here to BB Hawk in 6 minutes. That's definitely like an undercard match. We'll probably swap that with that. Good stuff. I would probably say this is going to be the co-main, which is kind of weird. It's not really a great co-main by any means, but Hiro and Kudo should do well, which they're going to get the win over Ibushi and Uki Tanasaki. Not a great night for Do Fixer. But our main event, again, this is a hell of a match. Shima and Yoshino, which now it's not even Yoshino, it's Yoshino, as they're taking on Machizuki and Naruki Doi. Let's give it a little bit more time. 13 minutes. I like that. Give him time. Damn, 55 minutes is not even enough. How much time do we have it on? It should be an hour. Probably not, right? Yeah, an hour 30. We'll give it an hour. I think that's fair. Yeah. Let's... I'm trying to think here. Be a good idea we can do. I feel like we can have Milano get attacked. But also they're taking on Ishimori and Yoshitone, so that's not really a great idea. Yeah... Maybe, let's say, well, we'd have Shuji Kondo. I do like the idea of having maybe Agon Lisu beat up on some people. Maybe, yeah, I guess we could do the old brawl of the back. Brawl to the back. Because, it's always, again, we don't want to rely on it. But it's not a terrible idea to help boost guys that have beef. You just don't want to do it too much. But at least these two, they have their history. And also Yoshino. Maybe we could even be a post-match brawl back. But it's a trap. So this time... we at least have something going for us, where Don Fuji. So yeah, we'll have them go to the back. That'll be the first 2 minutes. Yeah, go to in the ring. And then in part 2 is when the beatdown happens. So that's when the Don Fuji, Kagatora, Shingo jump him. Oh, and of course Yoshino. So Doi gets jumped in the end. Victim. Perfect. Oh yeah, just like a minute or two. I'll cut it off to where, before it gets too bad. Yeah, a minute. I think that's fair. Gets the point. There we go. So that way it's a twist with it. But yeah, I think we're good to go now. Yeah, just again, kudos, just working with that strained rotator cuff. Oh yeah. We should probably. I'm glad I remembered. Turn him back. There we go. That way we can use him as a ref. Right. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Yeah, I didn't think he interfered, but you gotta be too careful. You can't be too careful. So 40, Yujiro beats him. Or Yujiro beats him. He outperforms him, but he loses the pumping bomber. Yeah, Shingo, he's got all this shit now. He just had the last falconry, and that was pretty much it. Now he's got the pumping bomber, and I think we gave him a couple of other stuff too. But because that finish rules. I mean, he would just kill fuckers. With the damn Kagatora and Tozawa were terrible in this match. Shima was the agent, which is fine for this match, but I don't want him agenting the end. Oh yeah, BB Hawk gets the win with the BB Smash. As BB Hulk, Milano, they outperformed him, even though again it's just bad timing on the other side of it. Yeah, we want to make sure. Yeah, he was gonna agent this match. And make sure he is not agenting the rest of these. You know, Hokuto. Obviously, he's not. Yeah, I figured he wasn't agenting that either. Oh, of course he'd be agenting that, but yeah, we'll have that be Kensuke. Perfect, alright. 48 for the DQ finish. They outperformed him, though. But they just could not get over the antics of the Florida brothers. Hero pinning Nuki Tanasaki with the Hero Splash again. If Kudo's not injured, they outperform him. But, alas, is what it is. Simmering, though. Here we go. Hot and rising. Oh, my goodness. Oshima and Yoshino, they have, of course, that excellent chemistry. Got the crowd buzzing. This was a great main event. An M2K win over Blood Generation, but a hell of a finish. Head kick from Machizuki over Shima. Shima outperformed everybody, but Yoshino was close, though. I mean, he outperformed Doi, and, of course, Machizuki the 71. And the ankle even did pretty well. Good shit. Alright. That was actually a really good show. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, ticket sales. Boy, we had to pay a lot. That's crazy. We only made $2,000. The show cost was that much. That's crazy. Damn. Damn. Fucking Queen of Hardcore, though, Human Tornado. He would be... That would be hilarious to bring in Human Tornado. We won't. I always thought he was tall. I didn't know he was 6'3" tall, though. He can dunk the fucking ball, though. He'd have to be pretty tall to be able to dunk a booking he with Vince and Michael Hayes. But yeah, so now day 2 of the Premium Pro Wrestling Days. Day 2, I believe, we have an 8-man. Yep, Otani's in that. We gotta change that. I think we're now just gonna make it a trios. Which is unfortunate, but gotta do what we gotta do. Doi's gonna beat Tozawa. I don't really like that. Because they need a win, honestly. More than anything. Yeah, Shingo. It was gonna be Don Fuji, but Shingo works for us. Let's, trying to think. Yeah, let's give it to Shima. Have Shima beat, the Junior Vegeta. Or, I guess what we could do too, I kind of like the idea of Doi getting distracted and Shima pins him. Because, like, again, Shima, he's too old for the title, so it's not that big of a deal that he loses to him. But, of course, he's going to get distracted. Will Doi by his future opponent. I guess we could steal the show here. Does that be the main? We'll pencil in as the main. But yeah, oh, and of course, fucking Johnson, Florida. Get Saki Igobashid and Saki Chikawa with Iwasa. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably just use the other Florida brother, to be honest. I get what I was trying to do, because I wanted to give them a bit of a break. But we have never done this before anyway, so that'll work. Alright. So yeah, that's the that's the Premium Pro Wrestling Day 2 show, and we'll see you there. Alrighty, so before the show, Sakura Chikawa and Naruki Doi apparently been hanging out backstage a lot. So good on them. And the, as far as, again, with this basic and safety training drills, as always, about to say, I'm trying to skip it, alright. Guess the right click just wasn't registering. Alrighty. Wow, there was a lot of things we had on this last year. Goddamn. Wild. Yeah, we had a pre-show match too. So for the main event, that M2K Blood Generation match just seems like it's gotta be it. We talked about the distraction finish already, so we can just move right along. Don Fuji though and Kagetora against the Ninja Runners is a fun little match. We did this a couple of times now. It was during the same tour, pretty much at the end of it, and then at the actual gate of Sanctuary. So a much needed trilogy match, and Don Fuji beats Yoshitone. Yoshitone's upset. Yoshitone, you are 5'5", bud. Sometimes you can lose. It was going to be Kudo and Jinkei Origuchi, but I was like, well, Kudo's already dealing with some injuries. Let's actually give him a break. So that's why we went with Shogo. Then Shuji Kondo in Hero against Doofixer of Saito and Kota Ibushi, which is a great little team. This is a fun match. This is probably going to be a little higher. Now I'm looking at it. Yeah, put it here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Where it's at. And then the Florida Brothers against Akihiko Machine and Stalker Ichikawa. This is, of course, the comedy matchup, which Iwasa will be winning. As, no, that was weird. There we go. So, yeah, we'll need an angle, as always, with this. So, trying to think what would be a good angle for us to do, because actually let's take a look and see who is not booked, because yeah, the young, well, even young, I mean BB Hulk's 24, so I mean it's not too crazy to say he's not young. It's crazy we're paying $10,000. Whew. Yeah, we could do an angle with Milano and Yujiro. I kind of like the idea of them doing like a TV segment thing where they're, yeah, we'll say Milano. I don't know why I keep on hitting in. There we go. Milano and Yujiro are about to scout for... we'll say scout the world. For the next big thing in fashion. As it says, we want, again, Milano, Yujiro, they are Switzerland right now, and I want that to change. We'll have this be outside the broadcasting, or not really, it'd be filmed at the TV studio, but it'd be like in a back room somewhere. With Milano doing most of the promo stuff, where Yujiro is being the assistant. So we'll have him be comic relief though, because I want him doing goofy shit. I guess it could be hype, but it will be a pre-taped. And the idea is to hype them up because the plan. Have we made the logo yet? So the plan is, of course, the Italian connection. Well, I'm just going to click on it for now, but I want to see if I have made it. I could have swore I did. Let's just type it out. Yeah, it looks like I haven't. So never mind. We'll keep it under wraps what the name's going to be. But basically, kind of like it's, I kind of like these saves to sometimes have like, I wouldn't say it's like a multiverse or anything like that, but I do like sometimes when there's moments where there's maybe like a prelude to something, or even like maybe like an Easter egg or something like that, where there's interconnection between the saves. And what we're gonna do is basically the idea of the storyline with Designs of Perfection, when Sonata split and did his own thing and had these, basically a worldwide Italian connection was basically what that idea was, of the Italian collection on a, grand scheme, right? The Italian connection. What we want to do is kind of do that same thing with a different twist and be the collection of perfection. So I just kind of like that name, kind of flows together nicely. And it's going to be basically the reworked packaging of that. Because also, Designs of Perfection, it kind of splintered off into doing its own thing, to where it was kind of a production company at times and just trying to be almost a star factory in a way. This would not be the case. This is going to be more of a getting the guys of the Collection of Perfection as a kind of worldwide ambassador version of that. But who knows? We also might just go in a completely different direction. But that's at least the plan right now. 2 minutes there. We'll add an extra minute here because it's got to be 3 minutes, I guess. Alright. Yeah. Oh, man, it's tough because all these matches probably should get time. We'll cut this down to 4, though, again. Cutting some more time down and put it right at 50 minutes. Yeah, Yoshitone's still upset, but at least that's the plan. We'll see, though, but we will hype it up as them about to scout the world and kind of having this idea of, hey, put your tapes in. If you think you got what it takes to be a part of the biggest thing in fashion, send the tape. Send your, we'll have them, put the name or put the P.O. box for the studio. Send in your 8x10s, your headshots. Let's get some fucking work in, type of thing. But Daniel Mishima, Michael Iwasa, getting the win. Not even a DQ finish. This time Iwasa just gets one with a quick cradle. I like this idea for at least them pulling a fast one on a team and still having a comedy match too. Horiguchi gets the win with a beach break in 4 minutes. Good stuff for him. Kota Ibushi and Saito. Hell of a team again. Fixer is really fucking good. But Shuji Kondo gets the win with the King Kong Laird over Kota Ibushi. So an upset for sure. And, damn it. Shima was the agent for this matchup. But that's fine, though. Don Fuji gets the win with the Nodawa elbow over Yoshitone. Obviously a great team. And it's just crazy how Yoshitone's ego's really been getting in the way of things. Hell of a main event, though. M2K and Blood Generation having a banger. We see the Meteor win from Shima onto Naruki Doi after Yoshino distracts him. I like that idea as a finish too. He kind of walks into it. I think it's a great finish to have. And 1, 2, 3, Shima gets the win. He looks strong. Doi loses, but it's off of it distraction, and I think it works out well. 60, not too bad. Too bad, a sellout crowd, and again, we're just barely making a profit. our contract pay is outrageous right now. I don't know what it is, but it's crazy that I know we're not putting a lot of asses in seats right now, but that was fucking nuts that we still have not. I mean, we're almost under 70,000 on the month in the workers' pay. I mean, we have been. It's not even really bonuses and perks. I mean, it is a little bit, but we've spent a lot more in the past. Yeah, maybe production just a little bit more than what we usually do. Yeah, that's definitely it. Because now its per show is 14 grand. That's all. I mean, yeah, though in October we did spend a lot of that, though. Man, we'll turn it around. We'll turn it around. We do have another everyday pro wrestling event though. It's day 30, which I believe is the last day of June. So maybe we'll somehow, some way, turn money over, but I just doubt it. I just don't see it. Because sponsorships were already basically. Oh no, we're not. We still got double that to go through, so that's nice. But that's just the estimate, though. I don't know. I just don't think things are looking too hot for us right now. The economy is still just in the shitter, but it's rising though. But goddamn, very weak is tough. We've been at a slog space. Oh wow, the Great American Bash happened. Angle beat Big Show and Rhino. Shout out Rhino getting a main event push. Rey Mysterio and John Cena in a cage. Rikishi still getting a Scotty Duarte and Hardcore Holly in a Hell in a Cell match. Shelton Benjamin and Nash ends in a DQ. I'm sure people love that. Kane and Spike. Oh, Kane and Spike. I had the two matches combined there, but Kane and the Dudleys against Shannon Moore, Hurricane, and Rosie. It's another superhero in training. Brutal. Just so many interviews and shit. Brutal. Alright, so yeah, on to. Oh, I thought that's a WCW for a second. It's WCPW. On to day 30. We go. Alright, so our backstage incident, at least the first one, is Shogo Takagi caused heat backstage after a mean-spirited rib was pulled on Tozawa, and Tozawa tried to beat the fuck out of him. Well, hey, let's, I wouldn't give it a storm warning, because I do think keeping the backstage area light is a good idea. Oh, wow, Tozawa did not like that. Oh, that was it, though. Okay, so yeah, that was, oh yeah, that's right, because Kensuke and, Hokuto are not here tonight, which is usually a thing I try to avoid. But honestly, I think Shima just needs as much work as he can get as a road agent, so that's why we're going to let him just agent the whole show. Probably a mistake, but I feel like he's getting closer and closer to having the experience to where it's not going to affect him anymore, but we'll see. Milano, Yujiro, and BB Hulk taking on Do Fixer. Taiji Shimura is going to beat BB Hulk. It's a good little matchup, though, and a nice little prelude before the Kobe Pro Wrestling Festival. Machizuki and Naruki Doi against Masato Yoshino and Shingo Takagi. And a match that we did. Oh no, we haven't done this. I thought we did this during the Road 2 show earlier, but no, first time. Meeting here, Doi beats Shingo. I think that's going to be the main. So yeah, that's a hell of a little match. Tozawa and Fujita's going to open up the show, though. Hayata Jr. Fujita's going to win. And Don Fuji, Kagetora taking on Shuji Kondo and Shogo Takagi, which Shogo's going to lose to Kagetora. There we go. Nice. Oh, wow, look at that. How much money we've saved by not having Gensuke and Hokuto not on the show. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. So we're good on time. I guess we could cut down a little bit on this. We'll bump that down to 6. That way it's at 45. So the angle that we're gonna do is... yeah, we can, we'll do a TV promo with the champs. That being, of course, Mochizuki and Naruki Doi. M2K as Mochizuki, talking about where the first time him and Otani crossed paths and was in the same locker room, of course, for the Super J Cup. To harken back to that time, to then fast forward into now, as far as now the champion of Rising Company and Dragon Gate, looking to prove to the world and to Shinjiro Otani that he is on the level as one of the best in the world. Naruki Doi hyping up his match with, of course, we'll just have it be backstage, but it'll just be for the actually TV promo from the champs instead of with the champs. We'll have it be improvised. With his matchup with Yoshino, and him wanting to get some revenge after, seeing that what Yoshino's been doing, this new attitude. He knows that mentally he's a little fragile right now. He's not locked in. He's thriving off of anger, and it's going to cost him the match, because he knows that with Mochizuki and Hayata Jr. Vegeta, that they have been disciplined in the fact of making sure that they're on their A game for these big shows, and to be able to keep the gold around their waist, and they are predicting 2 successful defenses like they have done so far this year, at least for the better half of now, since Naruki Doi's won the championship in February. But I think we'll put it right there in the middle. That way it's kind of breaks up the show a little bit. Let's take some time off this. That way it's right at 45 minutes. There we go. That'll work. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we're good to go then. Obviously, with Shima being the agent for all these, it's not going to go over too well with that. But, man, Tozawa outperformed Hayata Jr. Vegeta, so that's a great win for Tozawa. I don't know why Hayata Jr. Vegeta didn't hit his finisher, but that's alright. See what it was with the kid. Got a submission victory, but nice little trios match, actually. Just, again, having Shima as the agent hurt it a little bit, but Ibushi with a 49, best guy in the match, which is kind of crazy. But Ishimori, Ishimori wins with the Superstar Elbow. Yep, there's the pre-taped promo from the champs, and yeah, Mochizuki wasn't all that great, but Naruki Doi did well. And a 49 for Don, Fuji, and Kagetora. Again, they're such a good little team that worked out well. Shogo Takagi and Shuji Kondo, though, it's kind of crazy. Again, that Shogo Takagi outperforms Shuji Kondo with a win, though, with a Kagetora. Bruised eye socket for Naruki Doi. That's just great. We don't need him getting hurt before their matchup. But the Bakatari sliding kick from Naruki Doi beats Shingo in just that 10 minutes. Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. 45. Though, yeah, I mean, again, with Shima being the agent, it wasn't going to work out too well, but it did its thing. Luckily for us, it was just a tour show with, of course, Everyday Pro Wrestling. Unavailable for 21 days. So that's not good. Yeah, great. Got $10,000 of profit off of that show. We'll have to look and see. We might have to push back the Pro Wrestling Festival in Kobe. Because I feel like it was like the 17th. Take a look here. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's not even the 17th. It is 9 days away. We will definitely be trying to push that back as much as we can. Oh, my goodness. This is gonna be a shit show. By the looks of it. Yeah, make it that Friday and just kind of push everything back into August and have the Gate of Adventure now be pushed back as well. And you can see August is a shit show already. So, man, boy, oh boy, is this not going to go over so well. But, yes, oh my god, we lost $70,000. Wild. Yeah, the basic pay is so high. I think it is because of Otani's contract, but at the same time, we made sure to keep him off the shows for the most part. But honestly, I think it's just Hokuto's contract, because Hokuto is, well, not even that. Shima is making $800 a show, which is, of course, we are Shima, so I guess we could edit that, but that's a lot of money. Of course, the Kagetora contract's insane. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that, because it's just not working out. But at the same time, though, I will say this, we did not have a big normal show in June, so that probably didn't help. But, yeah, we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. But, yeah, we'll go on to the Pro Wrestling Festival in Kobe now. Actually, I just looked at the injury. Yeah, it says it's being worked through, so I guess I must have just misread it. Or, I don't know. So, yeah, well, it's still going to be 9 days away. So, yeah, well, on to the Pro Wrestling Festival we go. Oh, great. There's also a sound system issue. So, gonna be a small penalty for the overall show before we even get started. So this is looking like it's gonna be just a jam-packed fucking show. Just great. Alrighty, so we are actually at the Daigo Grand Dome in Osaka, as we have moved away from the Katana Dome just because we're gonna get an extra 500-some people if we run here. Which is great. So, as far as Kota Ibushi, BB Hawk, which they have great chemistry, that makes sense that they would have a fun match. Again, around this, well, BB Hawk is still very young at this time, but like 2007, 2008, and even into the early 2010s, obviously, they're going to have a really good little matchup. But BB Hawk loses, but what's interesting about this match is, during the match, Milano and Yujiro come out of ringside. Yujiro, sets up a little, like, director's chair for Milano, who, he's got a clipboard with him, though. He sits down and starts writing shit down, as Yujiro is standing above him with the umbrella in hand. It looks like Milano might be scouting for, of course, this new thing that's going to change the fashion world. Milano and Yujiro actually did really well here. Again, they're perfect in that kind of role. And afterwards, once the bell rings and Ibushi gets out of the ring, BB Hawk gets helped up by Milano and Yujiro. So maybe, just maybe, they have found a person that is perfect for them. And they, of course, stay out there, though, because their match is now with the Ninja Runners. And they lose it, though, unfortunately for them. Taiji Ishimori gets the win with the Hurricane Rana in 11 minutes. But yeah, Ishimori and Yoshitone, they have that, great tag team specialist bonus, so that helps them out. And they outperformed them as well, but the crowd's hot. The crowd is jam-packed for it, and it's white hot now. After we use this creative finish for this matchup, I figured it'd be good. I didn't think it'd be this good. I didn't think it'd be a 66. Saito pins Shuji with the Dragon Suplex. A hell of a matchup, though. And I cannot believe the crowd is just on fire now. We do simmer it down. After the comedy matchup, it goes about 6 minutes. Michael Iwasa gets caught with an Odawa elbow. I want to say that elbow ends up actually, it's into the chair. So he eats that and the chair shot as well. Obviously, Shima and Don Fuji are terrible in that kind of role of a comedy match, but they could still perform pretty well. Shingo didn't, though. Jesus Christ. But yeah, obviously, a win in Kensuke. With the Florida Express losing here. And honestly, I think Kensuke, we're going to stop kind of using him, to be honest. His contract is just too crazy at this point to use. We're just, because we have so many other contracts now that are so expensive that it's kind of hard. And yeah, I mean, I love Kensuke to death, but something's got to give. And I think that's what we're going to have. At least we're going to keep him on contract, if that makes sense. We're not going to let him go. Or we're just not going to use him, I don't think, for a hot minute. But who knows? We might be able to kind of steer the ship a little bit, money-wise. with this show. And the next matchup, of course, the Open the Brave Gate Championship matchup, which we see Yoshino with the Lightning Spiral over Naruki Doi, and they get the win. And a new champion, the new Open the Brave Gate champion, in Masato Yoshino. Now they have the Triangle Gate and the Open the Brave Gate championship. So, I mean, Blood Generation has now swung the momentum towards them as far as being the most dominant group in Dragon Gate. But our main event, though, Otani and Machizuki, which Machizuki does beat Otani here. Damn, Otani with a 59 is pretty crazy, but damn near a 70, or damn near an 80 rather, for the matchup. This was a great little match. Had the creative finish. I like the idea of like Otani as far as trying to get him in the buckle for that, as far as the face wash, the face wash kicks rather, and getting him into the point where he's looking like he's actually going to beat him and get the win, but then Machizuki just bouncing off the ropes after getting hit and high kicks him. Almost out of desperation, just kind of falls on top of him for the win. Oh, poor gimmick. Damn, that's crazy, though, that he only did a 59, and his only downfall was just a poor gimmick, but crowd was white hot, though, for it. Perfect stuff. And the angle, though. So we see, at first, a handshake, post-match handshake, of course, from Machizuki and Otani, as far as the respect. Really, for Otani, he's the one who extends the handshake first, because, again, Machizuki was the one to harken back when Otani won the Mayhem match. But it looks like Otani, he's knowing that, hey, tonight wasn't his night, he wasn't the best man. Shakes his hand, and looks like all is well and whatnot, but boy, oh boy, do Blood Generation hit the ring with a vengeance. Beat him down, and Hayata Jr. Vegeta and Doi try and make a save, but just a numbers game, it's 5-on-2, and while the beatdown is happening now, Yoshino gets on the microphone, picks up Machizuki's head, and literally just simply, not even like a full promo, it's just a sentence or two. At his time is, as far as party's over, Grandpa type of vibes with it. He's the face of Dragon Gate, and he has not faced anybody like Yoshino, and he's gonna regret beating Shima for that championship, because now his dream is to be not only the Open the Brave Gate champion, but the Open the Dream Gate champion. So Yoshino is wanting double belt status. He just beat Doi. He's not done yet with M2K. Yeah, again, the show appeared worse, so it would have been around the 70 probably, if not for that. We increased our popularity, though, so that was great. New champion is always exciting, especially with Yoshino. I mean, he's just been sensational. As far as, we'll put over Yoshino. Machizuki's great again. And I don't think who else was really good tonight. Kota Ibushi again, he's just been sensational. Been absolutely sensational. So that's great stuff there. Those guys, oh wow, $81,000 of profit, basically just getting all the ticket sales back. Yeah, we're spending a lot on workers, though. 11,000 is pretty crazy. But it somehow worked out. Somehow. And increase of popularity. Kansai's at 55 now. That's great. Good shit. Yeah, it increased everywhere, so just sometimes, again, it's harder to gain traction at times, but that was definitely a successful show. As far as now, for the Adventure Gate, so that's going to be the next episode. We're basically splitting this tour up into like 2 sections, just because of how big it would be if we did the whole thing. Vengeance happened. Shawn Michaels and Benoit, they just keep doing that. I don't blame them. Well, Paul London's having that's crazy, that just a 6-man matchup's on that. Flair and Maven's a fun match, though, as far as story-wise. They had Flair had the great promo on Maven. It wasn't around. It might have been around this time though. I could have swore it was a little earlier, but might have been 2005 around that time. Rene Dupree and Sergeant Slaughter and an account out is wild. Having to pay a pay-per-view price for that is pretty crazy. Yeah, but that's in England now, so that's fun though. And maybe that's why they had Regal on the show. Pretty brutal, but it's a good idea for him to run a show outside the U.S. Oh yeah, Udra, this is a handshake deal. Again, I don't know what All Japan's doing money-wise, but they are not signing guys. Yeah, they're still above water. Oh my god, they signed Jamie Dundee. And they signed Punishment Martinez. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're making money. Doing better than us. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing, really. It's quite strange. Quite strange. But yes, the Avenger Gate, that's the plan, is to have, as far as Masato Yoshino, and having him take on Mochizuki champion versus champion matchup. Feel like that's a great match to have for the Adventure Gate. As, then for everything else of the card, we'll probably have it open the Triangle Gate Championship. That way there's 2 belts. Billy Kid, Osaka Pro guy. He was a freelancer, but he dropped his freelancing status, so figured we'd pick him up. He's basically going to have the quickest gun in the East. So basically the way Bandito does that gimmick now, where it started with him and Brian Keith, where they do the duel spot. I like that idea as like a comedy spot and have that be literally his entire gimmick. So that way it's kind of like a Stalker Ichikawa, but it's a little bit more like theatrical, and that's basically how he's going to debut, is maybe Ichikawa doing an open challenge promo where he's tired of the disrespect, he's tired of getting shoved by the side by everybody, and he wants to prove that he is the, as far as the best of Dragon Gate, and he's tired of getting cast aside. He feels like he can beat anybody in the back, and then in comes Billy Kid, who basically the old that song. I don't know why I'm blanking on that name, but that's in like every kind of, even at times parodies of westerns. Into the when they maybe dim the lights, much like they do for Bandito with the spotlight, and then they do the spot. They take their paces into the corners and then run full speed at each other. I think that's a fun idea to have. Maybe it's a little one note for somebody to basically just do that, and then hit like a Firebird Splash, or his Firebird Splash, or even his La Spalada. Or we could even give him something completely different. We can just give him a fucking Busaiku knee. That way he can do it out of the 10 count, or the duel, as far as, that way he's got something at least to hit for that. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. At least for, the time being. I haven't looked and see who is, anybody good that's new coming in that we could use. A lot of Mexican talent coming in, but Japanese talent, unfortunately. Yeah, but hey, that happens. As far as for Austin Creed, though, it'd be kind of the Consequences Creed gimmick. I feel like would be a great kind of thing to have for this, but again, at the same time, he's kind of, I wouldn't say he's too big, but his style doesn't really mesh well with what we're doing, unfortunately. But yeah, that will do it though for this episode. The Kobe Pro Wrestling Festival is in the books. We, money-wise, we are ahead now, but we'll see what happens at the end of the month. We were doing really well, money-wise, but that definitely didn't help. But getting $81,000 just off of one show is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And plus, we'll have more sponsorship money, too. And plus, we actually have another big show once we get to August, of course. Because, yeah, that'd be the 1st of August. So, yeah, that'd be nice to have. And we'll catch you guys next time for the gate of adventure. Take care, everyone.